Hello everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of Moorelands Kids Lead On. So, it's our second season because we've gone through all of our habits and qualities once, and so we're going to start back at the beginning. So, what we're going to be doing is quickly talking about our habit and quality for the day, and that is respect and choose your response. So, for respect, what we're doing today is we're doing a lot of stretching today. So it's a little bit different than sort of when Zeke did yoga a little while ago. It's a little bit different than that. So stretching is something that you really want to do either before or maybe sometimes after you do some physical activity, especially something that uses a lot of your sort of different parts of your body and things like that, because it's something that can really be quite beneficial to your muscles when they get really, really tight or put under a lot of work. So yesterday, I actually did a lot of work, sort of physically. I was doing a lot of digging and things with shovels and dirt, and it took a lot out of my muscles. And so stretching was something that really made that work differently. So it was a way that I was respecting sort of myself and what my needs were at the time. And so when it comes to doing this is you want to think about treating yourself, the way that you are wanting to treat others and treating others the way that you want to treat yourself. So you want to treat yourself with respect as well. And that's kind of what stretching can do when it comes to things like exercising or working out or even just physically exerting yourself. You want to be respectful to your own body. And choosing your response as well, this can really work with that too. With choosing your response, you want to happen to something rather than have something happen to you. Where what I'm doing is I'm choosing that I'm not going to be as sore later. I still might be sore, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stretching now so that my muscles are a bit more relaxed, so that later I'm not like, oh, everything's so tight and hurts, because I want to make sure that later I can sort of have put the things into place ahead of time so that later I'm not there going, oh, I wish I had done that differently. Because right now I'm choosing to do it differently for later. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through about 7 or 8 of some of my favorite stretches to do. They're going to stretch quite a few different parts of us as we go. So there are some that you can do kind of anywhere you want. Some are a little bit easier on the ground or things like that. And so we're going to go through those and pick and choose what you want. If you want to follow along, it'll be about 7 or 8 minutes probably of stretching. All right, so the first one we're going to do is, I don't really have good names for all of these. One, I have a good name for, and we'll get there. But we're going to sort of stretch our necks out. So the muscles just in the side of our neck. So what we're going to do is we're going to put so start with my left arm, which would be on your right side. Put that out. Then I'm going to reach over top like this and just softly pull it down until I start to feel a little bit of tension just right up in the corner here. So I'm just going to pull it. I'm not trying to, overstretch or overpull or anything like that. I just want to pull it down. And so you can do this for 30 seconds or so. I'm only going to do it for about 15 or so. If it's something that you feel like, oh, that feels so good, you can definitely keep going longer. There's no downside to that. You don't want to just do it though for like 5 seconds and then be done. All right, then I'm going to switch to the other side. Bring that down nice like this. And again, you want to keep that for about 10 to 15 seconds. Wow, that's really feeling good. I find I need to stretch my neck quite a bit just because my neck has a lot of tension in it. Everyone's different in that way. The next one we're going to do is we're going to go here onto our knees, and then I'm going to take my arms here behind. I'm going to sit up straight. I'm going to pull those back. So I'm pushing across the chest. Try to sit up straight. That's the hardest part of this one for sure. But just pushing that out a little bit as well. So I'm stretching my shoulders and my chest. So I'm going to hold that for about another 5 seconds or so. You can push that up, but you want to make sure you're trying to keep your back straight. I have no idea how straight mine is. That's something that I struggle with for sure. Whew. Okay, now Next one I'm gonna do is actually on my back. I'm gonna pull my knees up to my chest like this. So there's lots of different amounts that people can do of this one. This is about the maximum of how much I can do. So it's something that I need to stretch out a little bit more than I have been. But whatever you can do is definitely good enough. So don't worry about that. Do it until you start to feel a little bit of tension in there. So you start to feel that stretch, but not too much that you're starting to hurt. Definitely. All right, so this next one is gonna keep in the same area. What you're gonna do, you're gonna put your legs flat down like this, okay? And you are just going to roll them. Try to keep your back on the floor or close to it. You're gonna go side to side, softly about 5 times each side. So it's 3, 4, and one more. You should feel that in your lower back area. That's a good one there. All right, so this next one we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually change the way the camera is positioned for this to make it a little bit easier. All right, so for this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our hands kind of flat on the floor like this. So we're not necessarily stretching fully straight with our legs in here, but what we are gonna do is we are gonna go from here, put our hands flat here, we're gonna come down as far as we can, we're gonna keep our feet flat on the ground and do a bit of a squat position like that, and then slowly bring that up again like here, and then down, and then up. Now you see, I don't have a huge amount of motion and range in there. That's because my legs are pretty tight right now. So you definitely can keep working on that. You wanna do that maybe a couple of times. You can do it for time or a number, doesn't really matter. All right, now what we're gonna do is, we're on our second last one. So you're gonna spread your knees out a little bit like this. You're gonna come over in the front, and you're gonna kind of push your hips more towards the floor. You're gonna stretch what's called your adductors. They're the muscle that's kind of right in the top of your leg. So your leg comes up right to here, and then your other one comes right up to here. So right at the top there, you'll really start to feel that by spreading that apart, pushing that down a little bit. Another 5 seconds. Perfect. And then the last one we're gonna do is the one that I have a name for, which is the surf stretch. And so what this one's gonna do is you're gonna come down like this. The reason it's called that is because you're gonna basically pretend like you're on a surfboard. So you put your one leg out, your foot straight up, and you're just gonna pull that, and this is also for your adductor. So you can put your hands down, you don't have to have them up or anything like that. And 5 seconds. Then you are going to shift and do it with the other foot. So toes right up to the sky, leaning down into that, feeling that stretch right up there at the top of your thigh. Woo, it's a good one. All right, and take it nice and easy. So that's it. So I've stretched a lot of different things. I've stretched my neck, stretched my shoulders, my chest, my lower back, my legs, and my adductors in there as well. So those are common places that can feel a lot of pain from doing stuff like this. So I've taken some time to respect myself and to plan a little bit for the future and make sure that today I'm not feeling nearly as much stress and strain on my body as I would if I hadn't stretched. All right, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the week and the rest of these videos we got going up, and enjoy season 2. Moorelands kids, we out.